Hey guys, how are we doing today?
Becca and Rachel here.
It's Becca and Rachel here from I'm not even going to say our name today. You can figure that one out later.
Oh, I'm being serious right now. We could use some major prayer. If it could go wrong, it has gone wrong today. And honestly, we both kind of want to cry. So that's why we decided to come on live, because we knew you all would cheer us up.
Since 10:30.
Yeah.
We have been. I feel like I've been stoned. You ever read about being stoned?
Yeah, I've never been stoned, but it probably would feel this way.
That's how I feel right now.
Oh, you mean like with rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant like with marijuana.
With high like no. In the olden days, punishment via stoning.
Yep, seems right. That seems right.
Maybe I wish I was the opposite one. I don't know. Whatever will help me right now.
Anyway, welcome. We're glad you're here.
We are glad
We
that
are
you're here.
happy to see you.
When we realized that we could go live, we both looked at each other and we were like, well, we need some perking up. This is the best way to perk up. Somehow it always works. You guys always turn our frowns upside down and always make a bad day into a good one. And I don't think that we would have walked out here and had a good day for the rest of the day if we hadn't went live with you all. I know for a fact that you're going to make our days better. And my motto in life, it's a horrible, horrible motto. Please don't make this your motto. But every day I wake up and I think sometimes, if I'm waking up and I'm like, things could always be worse. They could. So we're going to take the good right now. It's a nice day outside. I'm with the best coworker in the world. We have you all here, and we're going to make a glitter flow tumbler, and it's going to be great. So welcome. I'm not going to Cricut today. I've thrown that out the window. So we're just going to make a glitter flow tumbler. Simple, easy. It's going to take you less than 10 minutes if you do this at home.
Rachel, I thought you were going to edit that cut file for it.
Sorry. Not happening.
We'll talk about it in a little bit.
We'll talk about it in a little bit. I'll show you later. Supplies for this are all linked below. I know this because I've probably copied and pasted these supplies into descriptions of videos. I'm going to say upwards of 50 times today. So I do know for a fact they're down there. Every one of these are. The tumblers are probably the star of the show today.
Oh, it came a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Nice.
It came with a bunch. I needed them because I've been testing a lot. So we have these tumblers. They are linked below. They're 12-ounce tumblers. They're just like sip. Like they don't come with a lid. They don't come with straws. None of that stuff. They're just simple double-walled tumblers. I think they're a great size. Super cute.
I do too.
So that's what we're using today is these little tumblers. Again, they came in a 6-pack. Here's the box they came in. Durable, PBA free. That's in Spanish.
Do you remember how much they were? I mean, I know they're listed, but do you remember? Oh, look. Don't worry.
Yeah, you can. They were not a bad price, to be honest with you. I did not feel horrible about purchasing these. Sometimes for bigger purchases, I'm like, hey, Becca, do we think this is okay? Like, is this fine?
$25 for 6, so not bad.
I don't think that's bad.
$4-ish a piece. No.
Quick math, Rebecca. Quick math. Glad you're here. It says, one-piece double-walled made from an extremely durable material, keeps drinks cold and hot, depending on, I guess, if you have cold and hot there, for a long period of time. So that's the ones we're using today. Star of the show. I have seen a ton of glitter flow tumbler tutorials, okay? Things that you can put in these range greatly. I've seen glycerin's what we're using today. I've seen things with baby oil. I've seen things with like the Pledge floor cleaner. I've seen really any clear liquid. I've seen it put in these to try and make this work. And I wanted to use mostly things that I already had. So let me tell you what I actually had to purchase for this project. I had to purchase the tumblers and this. This is vegetable glycerin. Those are the only 2 products that I had to purchase. I had everything else. No, I lied. Silicone. Is this a necessity? No. It's not. I'll give you some runarounds for it. Or maybe your husband has some of this. Maybe you have some of this from some projects around the house. So this is Loctite brand. If you guys know, we do glitter tumblers a lot here. We have spray Loctite adhesive. That's great stuff. Same brand. It's just clear silicone waterproof sealant. I got the transparent one. That's important if you're using transparent double-walled tumblers like we are today. So that's all we had to purchase though. Well, $35 right now invested in this for six different tumblers. That's a great deal. We already had glitter, which I know you guys do too. We already had UV resin. Most of you will have that. We have a drill with some different size bits. Most people have that. If not, I don't know what you would do with this. Let me tell you what a lot of people do, and I do not recommend it. Unless you have like a business doing this. People will buy this like branding tool, and it's like a circle. It looks like a cookie cutter on the end, a little bit of cookie cutter, and it heats up and you press it to the bottom and it literally melts away the plastic in like a perfect circle. I think that the drill does an excellent job.
Well, you're going to cover it with the silicone anyway.
You're going to cover it anyways. But again, if you're doing this as a business, like you're selling these to make your livelihood, I get why you would want a tool like that. But I didn't want to buy any frou-frou stuff. I didn't want to make you guys spend $100 to invest in a new project like this. So use your drill with some drill bits. I'm using, I'll share with you the size of the drill that I'm using. We have our favorite J. Diction UV resin. We have some painter's tape, but you can use masking tape, really whatever. All this is going to do is to make a little lip around the bottom of our cup to help our glitter go in there. So that's all that's doing. I've got some gloves here. Water. We're going to be doing a mix of water and vegetable glycerin. This was only like $10 on Amazon. Get whatever brand you want to. I linked this one down below because it was cheap for 32 ounces. You don't use a lot of this. I know I'm going to get the question, how many tumblers can you make with this stuff? A ton. Especially, I mean, it depends on the size of your tumblers. These are 12 ounce tumblers. But you don't use a lot of this. Maybe 6 to 8 syringes, and this goes all the way up to 5 milliliters. So 32 ounces, 5 milliliters. Like, do the math there. I'm definitely not going to, but you can make a ton of these with one bottle of vegetable glycerin. Now, we also have some alcohol in a spray bottle. This is just kind of to clean our surfaces before we apply our UV resin, or in between our water and our glycerin when we're putting it in our cup. You want to keep your cup clean. We also have a UV light here. This is an LED UV light, although I would highly recommend doing a ton of them and then setting them top down outside after you apply your resin. That's going to be the easiest way for you to do it. Also, this is not a necessity with this, but I really like adhesive brushes. Super cheap adhesive brushes. If you watched our live stream on a craft haul from Harbor Freight, we used these adhesive brushes, and it's so easy because, of course, UV resin is going to get sticky. You don't want to clean it. Just do a ton of your tumblers with these brushes to spread out the resin. Go cure them. Super easy. Okay. As far as glitter goes, I want to tell everybody, you want to stick with chunky glitter. Now, we're not talking super gigantic chunky glitter, just chunkier. You guys know we like to use fine glitter for most of the products here at Oak and Lamb, glitter tumblers and things like that. We like to stick with a finer glitter. But thank goodness we did have some chunky glitters around, because they actually do phenomenal in projects like this. Becca, if you want to go overhead, I'll share with you guys. Here are 2 of the finished ones. Aren't these fun? And of course, they flow. The flow is not super slow. It's not super fast. I think it's a really nice flow. The glitter stays right where it's supposed to be, suspended in that glycerin and water mixture really, really well. Look at this one. How fun is this? I mean, they did a great job. These glitters did. And these 2 glitters that we have are Drunk Unicorn. That's the name of this. Drunk Unicorn from Starcraft, and this one is Rainbow Fin from Starcraft. I tell you why I like Rainbow Fin is because it has a mix of chunky and a little bit of fine glitter in there. So the mix is really nice. It's really, really pretty on that cup. Now, I do have another mix of chunky and fine glitter, and it's Beach Bum, but it's like one color, where these two are like mixes of colors and textures. This is one color, but varying textures. So you can see what those look like that. They look great. And then here's one with fine glitter. Look at this. Now, this might be your jam. This might be how you want it to look, okay? It's not how I want it to look. Now, when you mix it up, right when you mix it up, it looks good. Look at that flowing. I mean, that's a great mix of glycerin and water, but it just doesn't, the look's just not there. It kind of clumps together. You can kind of see it pulling up, and then if you set it down, it all travels down. None of it stays up top, whereas this, they do. It stays suspended nicely. So if I have a recommendation, it's to use chunkier glitters or a mix of the two like this one. I do like both of those. Now, Becca, any questions?
Not that I'm seeing.
Okay. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this. The first thing that you're going to want to do is prep your cup for these. So I went ahead and prepped 2 cups. I just drilled holes in these, and I'll go ahead and drill a hole in the last one that we have to show you how I did that. Super easy. So they come in these little bags here.
Have you already explained the bubble?
No. You mean just like, how I didn't like fill them to the brim?
Is that what you're asking?
So you can if you want. Totally up to you. Yeah. I mean, total personal preference there. I will say these cups are, for some reason, they're a hair on the weirder side of their, I'm trying to explain. If you grew up in the 90s, or you had a kid or a grandkid grow up in the 90s, Becca, do you remember the baby dolls that would come with the bottles of milk? And when you turn the bottle of milk up, so this is what it reminds me of, where it runs out. Like, this looks like there's a ton of room, okay? Look at all that room. You're like, oh, look at that. When you flip it over, there's like barely room to get stuff in up here. So for this one, it does look better. You just gotta like angle it and fill it to the absolute brim. Now, these were all tests. These 3 were all testers. So I test them, and then of course I make sure that I get my formula right for you guys, and then we go live on it. So here today, I'll go ahead and try and fill it to the absolute brim to see if like the look is better if you want it to be. But I'm super stoked about these. I think they look fantastic. But yeah, now in other cups that aren't designed quite this way, because again, when it's upside down, it looks full to the brim. I don't know if you can see that. It looks full. When you flip it over, you do see more of that. So it does remind me of one of those 80s and 90s baby bottles. Is what it reminded me of. But we'll go ahead and drill a hole in here. So here is the bottom of the cup, as you can see from the side. I don't know if you can see it, but the double wall is actually pretty thick around here. So we're going to try and drill towards the side. The drill bit that I have is a, oh my God, Becca, how do I say this? It says 15/64. How do I say that?
15/64.
15/64 inch drill bit. I would have picked an easier one just to name it easy, honest to God.
You mean like 1/3 of an inch, or?
That's horrible. Yeah, no, a half inch.
Terrible.
Half inch or something is what I would have said.
Rachel measures in 1.5 inches.
Yeah.
There's no in between.
That's all. That's all.
Occasionally, if she's feeling froggy, there's a quarter in there.
Now, it depends on the day of the week for me. Depends on the day of the week. Yeah, Carly, you could fill it more to try not to have a bubble, but again, it's like one of those bottles where it's
You want it
full.
to have some bubbles so that it
full.
will move, yeah. If it's completely full, I don't know that it will move very well.
Now, I'll try hard to fill it
Could
up
be
to the
wrong.
brim for you guys today.
Could be wrong.
So I'm going to try and stick to the side. Now, when I put the drill, as soon as I put the drill up here, you're not going to be able to see it at all, so I do apologize. But here's the name of the game here. Go slowly. You might hear it crack. Don't be scared. Some of these have cracked for me as well. We're just going to put this towards the side. Can you see right there? This is where I'm putting it. And you're just going to go slow. And then once you go all the way through, now I'm not putting a lot of pressure. I'm kind of letting the drill do the work here. Hold it nice and steady with your other hand on your work surface so it doesn't slide around. And once it goes through, I'm going to stop it immediately because you don't want to hit that second wall of your tumbler. Okay, it's starting to give on me a little bit, so I'm going to go a little bit faster. Whoa, that's okay. Now I'm going to go back out. Oh, look at that pretty hole. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Now you can clean it up. I usually will go in there and clean up the hole. Just like that. That looks perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Now, I know you guys are going to ask, a couple of little bitty, tiny, teeny tiny shards of acrylic sometimes will fall inwards inside of your cup. I've noticed that a cup like that, little fella, see it? That's okay. You're not going to notice this when you put glitter and your glycerin and water in there. That is another perk of if you do this for a living, people purchase that special melty tool. Again, I wanted to show you guys stuff that's going to be easy today. I didn't want to make you buy a ton of stuff. So use what you have. If you don't like something that I am using, but you like a light bulb comes up and you're like, oh, I know what else I can do. Use something else. Totally fine. Okay, now we're just going to start with your water, glycerin, and your glitter. Now there is a bit of method to the madness here. In my testing, isn't there, Becca?
I'm so delirious, literally. Everything seems funny to me now. I'm just imagining you putting water in that without a funnel because we don't have a funnel.
What do you mean?
Did you get a funnel?
I have my syringe.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I'm so I think, you get to that point where you're just so overwhelmed that everything, even non-funny things are funny. That's where I am.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And here I am trying to be professional.
I'm so sorry.
No,
I really am.
I mean, we both were literally on the verge of tears. We were like, let's go live. Oh my gosh.
At least I can laugh now. Okay, so
Laughing
you
is
did have a
important.
good solution.
I do have a syringe.
Yes.
That I stole from my son's medicine cabinet. I don't condone stealing from your infant child. but I did link you guys some little bottles down below. They're like a squeeze bottle, like the ones that you would find in restaurants for mustard and ketchup, But they're clear, and they kind of go to like a curvy point. Those would be phenomenal for this. Again, I'm using what we have so you don't have to spend a lot of money. That was the whole name of the game. I could have made this a super professional double wall.
But then Kat
tumbler.
would have wanted to buy all of it.
And then Kat would have been bankrupt.
We're
buying
only
all this
thinking of
stuff.
her.
And I promise I wanted to make it super easy. That's why this title is the easiest glitter flow tumbler, because I didn't want to make it a bunch of no mess, no fuss. Okay, use what you got. So we have our vegetable glycerin. Water, use purified or distilled water. Do not use sink water. I used that for my first one, and it's like cloudy and gross looking because, of course, tap water is a little iffy. If you drink tap water, your immune system must be phenomenal because that stuff's nasty. So here's the method because there's layering involved. A lot of people are wondering what it is. A lot of people will go ahead and put the glitter in first, and they'll put the water, then the glycerin, or they'll put the glycerin in first, then the glitter, then the water. So there is layering to this. You can't just throw it all in there together. So here is like the perfect ratio. You're going to put your water in first, then your glitter, then your glycerin. If someone's like, well, what about, that's it. That's Rachel's take on it. If you want to try some other things out, you can. I'm not saying if you do it another way, you're going to have a fail because I did it basically 3 different ways and they still ended up looking great. But the easiest way I found was to do water, glitter, glycerin. Just letting you know if you're wanting to know that. So I'm going to start out with 4 syringes. Now again, when I fill this all the way up, it goes past 5 milliliters. You can see 5 milliliters is right there. So let's just say 5.5 because I don't do quarters. So we're going to put 4 of these syringes in here. Now again, guys, every single tumbler that you get of a different size, you're going to do a different ratio. And I'll just tell you, at first, I was doing like exactly half and half, but I found that I like the look of more glycerin than water. I just think the flow is a little bit better for for the glitter. I think it just kind of suspends in there and flows a little bit better. Now, if you're using something else, again, some people use baby oil or, clear glue. I've seen a ton of people use the clear Elmer's glue. They mix some things together like glycerin and Elmer's glue. They'll make mixtures with this water. Again, I just wanted something easy. So we're just going to use vegetable glycerin, and this is the flow that I like. So, Becca, should we do a new glitter?
Yeah, of course.
Or do one of the same?
Well, they can choose. Let them choose.
Okay. Do you want to do Beach Bum, Rainbow Fin, or Drunk Unicorn? Let me know, guys. I'll read some comments while we... Oh, wait. I love my tap water. Jen, you and my father. My father will fill up a bottle of water with tap water, and I'm like, ugh. I think it is so gross. Which, to be honest, I'm a little bit of a water snob. Okay? I hate Dasani. I don't like spring water. I like purified water. And that's about it. Distilled water's fine. Fine. But tap water? No. Can't do it.
My kids are mean and will drink a bottled water and then for whatever reason decide to fill it with tap water and put it back in the refrigerator. And I think it's one that I've already had open and and then I'll drink it and gag and
Everyone's voting Drunk Unicorn.
do it.
Fine by me.
Side note, we are wanting to contact, and I haven't done it yet, LMNOP and have them do a Oak and Lamb custom glitter.
Let me show you guys some of their glitters.
Because they will make custom colors. So I want to kind of just send them our logo and be like, hey, do something for us. And we want a mix of chunky glitters and fine glitters, and I'm really excited to see if they will do it.
These two.
No, yeah.
We're almost out of this one. It's called Pistachio.
It's one of your favorites.
Look at these colors. This one's salmon. This one's my favorite. Honey, angel wings. They're gorgeous.
Anyway.
We have more. But yeah, I can't wait for Becca to get us a
Drunken Unicorn it is.
custom mix. Okay, so what we're going to do at this point is grab some tape. You can use, like I said, painter's tape, masking tape, duct tape, and whatever you got. All we're doing with this tape is creating a little bit of like a bowl around our tumbler. I don't think I made my tape long enough. I didn't. Too short of a piece. That's what I get for not paying. Did everyone vote Drunk Unicorn?
Seems that way.
My gosh, guys. It is a very fun color. The only problem is, and I was going to mention this if I was going to Cricut for you guys, which I still might do. I don't know yet. These are such an awkward size for a decal that I almost would say it might be more trouble than it's worth for you guys to make a decal for it, because in my measuring, it would need to be a pretty small decal in order to fit on this without distorting the cup itself, if that makes any sense to you. So, one thing I was going to mention as well is be careful of the color of glitter you choose if you're wanting to put a decal on it, because colors like this one, which is Rainbow Fin, which is a little bit darker and deeper of glitter colors, are going to be way easier for you guys to pair with a color of vinyl. Whereas this one, Becca, what color vinyl would you even put on this to even pop? Because I was telling them how
white might pop.
How a darker color is easier to pick a vinyl color for. So just be mindful if you want to put a decal on here to think about that.
I think white might be okay.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It might pop pretty good. White would definitely look good on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, for sure. Whatever you guys want to do. Now, these are not, you don't have to put vinyl on these. Totally up to you. Like I said, since it is a tapered and a bit of a smaller tumbler, the sizing, it's going to be kind of small before it gets distorted or look a little bit odd. Mm-hmm. So definitely take that into account. I would order some tall, skinny ones. Those would be phenomenal for decals, little decals. You can also put food dye in this. Food coloring, alcohol inks, things like that. You could mix that in with this. That would be nice and pretty. Okay, so we've made our little bowl. So we have our water in here. It's floating around. We have our little bowl made with some tape. If you guys can see, there's our hole. I'm just going to take this and dump it in there just like that. And you're just going to shake it towards the side, and you'll see it fall. Can you see that? If you shake it, it's just falling in there. So that's what I'm going to do. Sit here and tap it. See that? It's getting in there. And it'll all fall in the hole there. You want to make sure that your glitter is not bigger than the hole that you drilled, because that can happen. You can definitely drill a hole that's too small, because of course we will be filling and sealing that hole later. And you want to make sure that all your glitter is going to fit in there. So you can get a tool and kind of poke the glitter in there, shake it on the side just like I'm doing, whatever works. You can see it in there. And I would say, honestly, the more the merrier with the glitter. Now, don't use your whole stash in one tumbler, but use a bunch. Use a bunch. Oh, look, Becca has her little graphic. Guys!
I'm promoting both ways. You can get it monthly or yearly because I've just had a bad day and I want to just offer everything to everyone.
You want a membership? Do you want to learn how to use Illustrator? Do you want a monthly membership? Do you want to join for a year? We have lots of options.
Lots of options. We don't want to overwhelm you, but we do want to give you options.
And we do want your money. But
we need
your
money.
We don't just Cricut. I know we have a Cricut on the table. We Cricut a lot here, but we also have a Glowforge just over to my side here. You might can see a little of him. We meaning Becca mostly, uses that thing all the time. We love to teach on it. We love to help people use it. We also have a woodworker here, Anna. We all do woodworking, but Anna's incredible at woodworking. We dabble in things like sewing, and we love to make home decor. We'll do things like this. You know, glitter tumblers and candle making and screen printing and 3D paper projects, whatever you want, we're here. We're like your crafty outlet, your crafty BFFs. If you guys wanted to join today, not only do you get hundreds and hundreds of cut files, but they also do come with a free commercial use license. So if you wanted to make these, put a gorgeous decal on them and sell them, you could do that completely legally. Also, we have some great member-only resources as well as our members' favorite perk, which is an exclusive Facebook group community where you guys can just talk with each other and troubleshoot issues and show your projects and ask questions. It's an amazing community of like-minded crafters, and trust me, they will inspire you to be a better crafter every day just as much as we will. Our community is completely unmatched, and they'll tell you in the comments. They'll tell you. It's an amazing community. It wouldn't be Oakenland without all of you guys, and if you're interested in joining, we would love for you to do that today, and we'll welcome you as a member of our flock. I'm still adding glitter. I'm still going. This is probably the most time-consuming labor of love part, but it is 100% worth it getting to get all this glitter in here. It's just a little labor of love. Also, guys, lives are the perfect time to ask any crafty question you have. We are a wealth of knowledge here, not to toot our own horns, but I think combined we have probably almost like 2 decades of crafting experience and a very wide range of different types of crafts. So during lives is a great time for you guys to ask any questions that you might have, really about anything. So ask away while I'm just kind of getting this glitter stuck in here. But again, you know, depending on the tumbler you purchase or the medium you purchase, which my medium today is, of course, vegetable glycerin, it'll take you, longer to do this. It'll take you more of your product to do this. So take all those things into account, because I don't want to give you like exact measurements of anything because, like how much glitter to use or how much vegetable glycerin to use, because every cup's going to have a different ratio. And I promise you, these are very forgiving, okay? Very forgiving. Even if you layer them wrong, even if you put too much glitter, if you put not enough glitter, you can help. You can change these things. You can kind of make tweaks. Until you seal that hole up, you can make changes, which I think is great. So I think that's enough glitter. I've put a ton of glitter in there. Now all you have to do is take your tape and unwrap your tape over a trash can, because of course there's some little flecks of glitter that are going to fall away. I just scrape off the top, get the excess glitter off of there. Now it's glycerin time. So I'm going to actually put gloves on because I've gotten this glycerin on my hands, and it's fine. Like, it's literally for cosmetic use. Has no smell at all. No smell at all. They say it's for cosmetic use for like your skin and your hair and stuff. So you can definitely you can use it on whatever you want to. It's safe. I just don't like because it makes my hands sticky and I can't go wash them during a live. Daisy, how did you do the hole? Miss Daisy, first of all, welcome to the live stream. We're so glad that you're here. Miss Carly, answered the question. Thanks, Carly, for being like a little tech support here. I used a drill, just like this, to drill a hole into there. Super easy. Super easy. Okay, I'm going to open our glycerin, and I'm just going to pop the syringe right down in here. And I'm going to fill this sucker up. Just going to fill it up. Put it in the hole. Squeezing out, just like that. And the glycerin is going to kind of fall to the bottom. Flow to the bottom, that's fine. Let it do its thing. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. Just keep filling it up. How you guys doing in the comments? You guys doing all right? Okay, how long have we been live? I forgot how.
Yeah, I don't know what time we actually. We have been live for 31 minutes.
Wow. I'm just going to fill it up. Now, before you like fill it up, my tip is to take your finger, plug that hole, and just kind of shake this up to get that glycerin worked around in here. Because that glycerin is going to want to stick to that bottom, and you're just going to want to loosen that up and get this all mixed together. Now, again, this is so user-friendly of a project. Great for beginners. Loosen that glycerin up. Again, it's so hard to make mistakes with stuff like this too. Look at this. How cool. Oh, I put a lot of glitter in this one. I'm loving the way that's looking. Okay. Now, once you get it kind of mixed together, you can tell by, see, there's a glob of glycerin. Just shake it up more. Be careful, though, because if you have glycerin on your gloves and you start shaking it up, it's very slick, like vegetable oil almost. Now we got it all mixed up. Okay, now I'm going to flip it back over. You can get a paper towel and wipe up any spills. What I like about this, guys, nothing is toxic. Nothing is smelly. I mean, you're all good here. Now, what's the ratio again, Jen said? Jen, so far I've done, I think 4 pumps of water and 4 pumps of glycerin. I like more glycerin than water. But let me tell you, you're not going to mess this up either way you do it. Really, it's personal preference mostly for the flow that you like. There's no perfect ratio, not even a little bit. So just do it as much as you want. The more glycerin, the more slow and suspended your glitter will be. I hope that made any sense at all. I'm going to cover that up. Shake this around again. And the reason why you want to make sure you're mixing your glitter with your glycerin around before you try and fill that up all the way is because if it gets too clumped up and you don't have enough air in there to mix everything around, it'll just stay where it's at, and we don't want that. We want it to move and flow perfectly. I got a lot of glitter in here. This one's going to be the best looking one for sure. So I'm just going to keep filling it up. There's a little bit of room here, so I'm going to actually like angle my cup when I fill it up to try and fill that bubble, because someone said, what about that bubble there? And it was a good question. So I'm just going to show, you see that glycerin pouring out here? We have overflow. Overflow. Nothing else is fitting in there. So I'm going to wipe it off, plug it with my finger, and turn it around, because you're like, okay, that is completely full. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Nope, there's a bubble. There's a bubble, but it looks much better. So I'm going to shake that around. Look at that. But see, just like Becca said, when you fill it so full, there's not a lot of flow. I mean, it flows definitely. That's cool. Okay. So whoever wanted to see with no bubble, there's no bubble basically. No bubble. We filled it up till it was pouring out. But look at that glitter suspended in there. Look how cool that is.
Do you feel like it's moving as well as the other ones?
No, just like you said. Yeah.
Yeah, it needs the air in there so that it can move around.
See that?
Yeah, that moves a lot better.
So, you know what? Oh, no, it's ruined. No, it's not. Just pour it out. Shake it out. Just like that. If you want a little bit of air in there. No big deal. There we go. Already.
Oh, that's much better. Yeah.
See that? So I got to be honest, I didn't have a fantastic reason why there was an air bubble, but now we sure do. Gotta have it. That's cool. Okay, love it. So once you get it how you like it, again, how easy is that to fix? Nothing is super permanent with this. You can really fix it up. So I'm going to remove the glitter from the tip of my syringe, put the rest of it back in there, take my gloves off. Now we're going to do a little bit of cleanup. I've got some paper towels. I've got my alcohol handy. I'm just going to spray my alcohol on the table and on my thing. Top of this, we're going to clean it off. Clean that bottom up good. Clean up our glycerin, get that lid back on there. I'm a clean as I go type of gal. Also, if you have like not a syringe and you need to pour it in something like this, I brought my measuring cup to show you guys. You can pour it in a measuring cup if you need to, whatever makes that easier for you. Now, after we have sprayed the top with alcohol and kind of wiped it up a little bit, we're going to add some silicone. Now, here is the trade that you can do if you want to. You can do a little tiny piece of like clear Gorilla Tape. You can do a piece of masking tape, something like that. I prefer to do a waterproof sealant like silicone. This came with like a precision tip on it. That was a pain in the butt to use. So all I'm going to do is take this. Right here's our hole if you can see it. Right here. I'm just going to take this and kind of squeeze it right in the lip of that hole and try and make it as flush as I can with the bottom of our cup. Just like that. You see that? I just barely added some right there. Tried to make it flush. I'll wipe a little bit of that away. Make sure it's still sealed though. You want it to have sealed the entire opening. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, you don't have to have that clear silicone again, but I like it. But it does stink. This is the one thing, the one product that actually stinks. It stinks. So now we're going to let this set just for a few minutes. Ideally, especially if you were using it for like its intended purpose for, plumbing or whatever you use that stuff for, you want to let it sit for the allotted time. But since we're covering it with UV resin, I just let mine sit for just a few minutes. Not a lot, actually. So now I'm going to wipe away my syringe, just continue cleaning up. And now you guys can ask some questions.
Carly said, sorry, can you say the brand of this glue again, please?
Yeah, it's Loctite Clear Silicone Waterproof Sealer. You don't have to have it. It's not a 100% must. You can use other things that you have. If you have some clear caulking or whatever, you can use it. We're just plugging it. I've seen little clear, like, sticky Gorilla Tape. People cut it into teeny tiny squares. I've seen people use regular, like, wrapping paper tape, just clear tape. Whatever you want to use, you can use. I'm going to clean it out our syringe here. Got to give it back to Charlie. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I will not be doing that.
You'll be getting a lot of comments about that.
I'm not doing that. I'm going to keep it here. You know how many times I've needed a syringe here? Honestly, I've needed it several times.
Well, we also got some funnels. I ordered some funnels today.
You mean you ordered some other funnels, some new funnels, because you threw our other ones away? Is that what I'm hearing?
I only had one, and it was tiny.
It was tiny.
Wasn't asking it.
Well, guys, here's the problem. When you have 800 square feet of space, you want to get rid of things you don't think you're going to use. Then, of course, the very next day you need to use them. That's just what happens. I know I just cleaned up. That's really what I do. Do you guys want me to make another one?
Whatever.
You want me to make another one?
Where did you get the cups and glycerin from? Amazon, and they are linked below for you, Miss Daisy.
Linked below.
Could you use the UV resin to fill the hole completely? No, and here's why. You would have to fill in order to fill it completely, it would have to fill the cup first because it would overflow into it before it stopped.
Yes, it's too liquidy to do that.
Yeah.
You need a barrier between
like a
the
piece
water.
of tape or something like that.
Even something tiny like a piece of Scotch tape. You just need a barrier between the liquid in your cup and your UV resin. You don't want any UV resin getting in there into your cup because, of course, as soon as you take it outside or you cure it, the whole liquid in the cup's going to turn rock hard if there's any, wherever there's UV resin in there. And we don't want that. So You just need a little something, which is why I say you do not have to have clear silicone. This might be overkill to some people. Use a little piece of tape or something. Yeah, works, whatever works. I knew they were linked as always. Carly, you know they're linked. You know that.
I think they will want you to do another one because I know like Debbie and some other ones missed the actual drilling of the cup. So
well, I can't do that again.
Oh, did you already drill it?
I already pre-drilled all these now.
Oh. Go and just put another.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Here's a fresh cup.
Just drill another hole in
Here's
it.
a drill. What was this? 15/16?
15/64.
My drill bit's 15/64, but the trick is you want a drill bit that is not too small for your glitter. So if you have chunky glitter, or if you buy those, I forget what they're called. Sometimes they're made out of clay, sometimes they're made out of plastic. It's almost like items or characters or something, like avocados, for instance. You can buy like itty bitty little bitty avocados to like suspend in your tumblers. You don't want to use a drill bit that's smaller than whatever it is you're going to put in here, because of course you need it to fit through that tiny little hole. So all I did was place the drill bit in the drill, put it in there, drilled it through. You want to drill super, super slowly because you don't want to bust through that other double wall, because there's 2 walls in the tumbler, double wall tumbler. That's how there's liquid in between them, of course. And you don't want to drill through the first one into that second one, so you got to go slow, drill very slow. So we drilled slowly inside, then I flipped it to reverse, pulled it back out, and usually it's pretty clean. But you can go in there at the correct way and just kind of go in there like that and just clean it up. If you want to clean up that opening there, you can totally do that. And voila. I knew the drill was a little loud, so I wanted to pre-drill some, but I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Kat, do you have something negative to say about homeschoolers? Because I would argue that homeschoolers, not me, are some of the smartest people. I'm not one of them, but you got something to say about my heritage? I'm kidding. Okay, what you're going to do next is grab some tape. You can use masking tape, duct tape, painter's tape, any kind of tape. Actually, I'm jumping the gun because you want to add your water first, so never mind. We'll use this little piece of tape later. I'm going to stick it to the side of my table. We're going to get water, purified, distilled, something other than tap water. Then we sparked a tap water debate in the comments. Tap water's nasty, don't drink it. We're going to do 4.
Unless yours isn't.
What?
I said, unless yours isn't.
All tap water's nasty. Don't drink it. Unless you have one of those like, filters. Unless you're super bougie and pay for one of those purified filters on there. We're going to do 4 syringes. This goes up to 5 milliliters, but it's really like 5.5 when you fill it all the way to where the plunger stops. So I'm going to put 4 of these bad boys in here. 3, 4. Okay. Now you're going to get your tape and put your tape all the way around like the bottom. I only put mine on the bottom like 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch. You just want it to like sit on the top and become like a bowl, like a makeshift funnel for your glitter. Becca makes fun of me, but just like a little makeshift funnel.
You do like you, boo.
And now I'm going to use Beach Bum because this is one we haven't done. I'm going to put some glitter. I'm just going to pour it in here. Just pour it in there. And then you can either do like the tap it method and tap it in, or you can use your finger to like sweep from both sides of that hole that we drilled, and it will fall in there. So totally up to you. Whatever you want to do, you can do. Oh my gosh, this one might be my favorite one. I'm so boring. Of course, I would like the single colored glitter the best. I think this one might be my favorite.
You are pretty boring.
Because like, that's so boring. If you only walked in my house, you'd be like,
Your house is beautiful.
It's beautiful, but it's boring. I love my house. It's very unassuming. I always tell my husband, no one's ever going to rob us because who's going to come up to this outside janky looking double wide? And then you walk in and you're like, well, it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
Well,
smells good in here.
Smells good in here. Is that essential oils going on in there? Oh my gosh. I tell you one thing, my house may not always be nice, but I try my best to keep it always clean.
It is clean. You will not find that at my house.
And that is fine. I'm sure when Charlie can get up and run from me, that things will be a lot less clean around that house.
Rachel,
how am I supposed to keep it clean when he's
Rachel will come to my house and make sure that Smalls is okay, Beckett's cat, like sometimes. And I'm always like, I bet she's taking pictures of everything. And like taking note of how disgusting we are.
If you only knew some of the places I've been. I don't judge anybody for anything.
How much glitter are you putting in?
Good question. Depends on a couple of things. Size of your cup, personal preference. That's about it, actually. So really,
yeah, there's not like a measure it out and put a quarter of a cup or anything like that. Just when you think it looks good.
And here's the thing. Me and Becca have been doing this live stream thing for a long time. We know you guys want exact measurements. We're not going to give them to you. Every style, every ounce of cup is different. Your double wall tumbler might be a lot thinner than mine, so you might not be able to use nearly as much glitter. You might not be able to use nearly as much water, as much glycerin. So, be aware of that when you're making yours. Is the amounts you see us use might not be the amounts that you should use. Okay. Jan said, yeah, Rachel, what did you think of my sewing room? Jan, that was quite something. Yeah, that was
still
something.
has nightmares about it.
I just, every night before I go to sleep, I think of the horrors of Jan. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Jan, it's fine. Oh, man, I think I put a lot of glitter in that. YOLO. Is that too much glitter? Is there really ever?
It's fine.
There is when I go home and find it on my son somehow. That's when you know there's too much glitter. Okay, is that enough? That's enough glitter. Yeah, okay. See, personal preference. Who really cares? You're going to remove your tape over a trash can because all that excess glitter is going to fall right into the trash. Ooh, there's some super fine glitter in this that's going to get everywhere. Crystal? You all pick on me. That's okay. I'm an easy target and I can take it. I get enough verbal abuse from Becca.
We decided that was love, remember?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. That was love.
She's going to go to therapy and be like, Becca told me to tell you she loved me. She told me to tell you it was love.
It was love. Okay. Glycerin time. We're going to take our glycerin. We're going to take our syringe. We're going to pop it in our glycerin and put it in our little cup. I'm probably going to do 2 syringes. Oh, man. Here's another thing, too. After you put your glycerin in there and you pull your syringe out, there might be some glitter on the edge of your glycerin, on that syringe there. Do not dip that syringe back in your glycerin with glitter on the tip of it, because it'll go back into the jar of your glycerin. You want your glycerin crystal clear. What if you're making next like a green one and there's just all of a sudden rose gold flakes of glitter in there? You don't want to ruin a project. So now I don't have my gloves on. It's fine. I'm going to take my finger and you're just going to work that glycerin around. Every couple of syringes you add, just work it around. Kat said, don't come visit my sweatshop right now. Things are everywhere from so much creativity going on for Christmas designs. Is that what you call it, Kat?
Yeah, I like how we're calling lazy cleaning creativity.
And she calls her craft room her sweatshop.
Kat, I can say that because if you saw my craft closet right now, you would be like, oh my God. It's also a catch-all. It's the catch-all closet.
Becca, bless.
I mean, you just got to make do with what you've got.
Carly, I will now be calling my guessing measurements Rachel measurements and my accurate measurements Becca measurements. You better.
I like that.
I'll take that. I'm cool with it. So was that 2 more? Is that 2 more? Yeah, I think so. I'm going to do the same thing. I just had a full conversation with myself. Is that 2? Yeah, I think so. All right, cool.
Vader and I have decided that's the best way to do things. Actually, she'll like message me like this whole book of things, and then at the end she's like, "Yep, that's what I'm gonna do."
Glad I could help.
Yeah. Fantastic.
This is my favorite one. This is my favorite cup, guys. I'm Rachel Boring. I'm so boring. Okay, I have a question to ask the comments. It has nothing to do with crafts. Are you surprised? Becca, how much, because Becca has one too, I'm going to ask Becca and you guys, how much do you all like, if you have one, if you don't, how much do you want one, nugget ice maker? How much do you like it? Could you live without it?
I would never want to live without it.
Dang it. I was hoping that answer would be different.
Could I live without it? Absolutely.
But you don't want to.
Why would I want to? Also, I didn't pay for it, so that helps.
That's a major. Look at that.
Yeah, yeah, it is pretty. It is pretty.
Look at that. That's stunning. That's stunning. Okay, we had a question. Inky Dinky Dotty Glue. I will say your name as many times as you want to be in the comments. She says, after you put Loctite plug in, is it done? No. I don't think you would want it to be done because most of these can be put in like the top rack of your dishwasher or something. Don't quote me on all brands, please. But that Loctite silicone is not like a permanent solution. You want something more permanent. So we're going to take UV resin and put a super thin coat of UV resin on the top of ours, and that's going to seal it up perfect and permanent. Okay, what are they saying about nugget ice makers, Becca?
I feel like they like them. Ooh, mine's on sale.
Is it?
Yeah. Wait, where's the water reservoir? Because I have a water reservoir for mine.
Gotta have that.
And I think the actual ice machine, this is the GE Profile Opal 2.0, and I just have the regular Opal. That's why the other one's on sale. The regular one's on sale.
Oh.
I love mine. Love it. Opal counter nugget. Also, my cat loves, like Smalls would riot if we didn't have, for those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, let me just link it for you. But Smalls Opal ice maker likes to play with pieces of ice, but he will not play with normal cubes of ice like a refrigerator makes, because we have a freezer that makes ice and he refuses. He will only play with the nugget ice. In fact, he will sit in front of it and cry for it until you give it to him.
And he plays with it?
Yeah. You
he just bats it around the floor until it melts. And
yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. But a lot of times it gets like under the table legs where he
does.
can't get it. And
Of
so
course.
then he comes back for another one. Yeah.
Wow. Smalls. Okay. So we have that done. I'm going to spray the top a couple times with
You have a
that
commercial snow cone maker.
rubbing alcohol.
Carly, that sounds heavenly.
I love snow cones.
I do too. When Wayne and I first got married, I got one of those janky snow cone makers.
Of course. The ones that you like.
No, it was electric, but you had to use like these special ice pod things.
You didn't say a word about my sound effect.
Because it was a good one.
Really?
Yeah.
Were you impressed with my crank?
I wasn't
ice
impressed.
machine?
I just didn't think I should make fun of you.
Okay, what are my pointers? What could I have done differently with my sound effect?
It could have been longer.
Longer? Oh, okay. Okay, deal. Okay. Anyways, you had a janky ice snow cone maker.
Yes, but
Yeah.
it didn't matter to me because I loved it so much, and I only liked cherry snow cones, and so I would like drown my ice in cherry, and then by the end of it, it was like Kool-Aid with a little bit of ice in it.
Sure. Yeah. Do you like blue things? Blue raspberry?
Oh, you know that. You know I hate it.
Maybe I try and forget that because blue raspberry is like my favorite.
I know.
You know what I would get every time if I go to like a snow cone place and get it is
Tiger's
wedding
blood.
cake.
Wedding
Wedding
Ew.
cake.
Oh, that's
I
disgusting.
love wedding
It's kind of
cake.
making me gag a little bit.
I love it. I
So
love
fun
it.
thing about Rachel, if I am getting a bag of Jolly Ranchers, my 2 least favorite flavors in regular are the blue raspberry and the watermelon, and those are Rachel's 2 favorite.
Those are my favorite. I love them. Okay, same thing as the other one. I have it how I want it. I just filled up the glycerin until I was happy with it. Now I'm going to take, again, this Loctite. I'm just going to kind of swipe it right there on the top of this. I want to make sure it's like sealed, but I don't want to like squeeze it into the cup or anything like that. Don't go overkill on it. And then you're going to set it to the side and allow that to dry for just a few minutes. How are we feeling now? Tell me how we're feeling about this whole process. In just a minute, we're going to use our UV resin, a brush. You don't have to have a brush. If you want to use a gloved finger or something like that, that'll work totally fine too. And our UV light. Again, mass make these and then take them all outside. That's probably going to be the easiest thing for you guys to do and the quickest way that it will cure. Let's see. That's a sign. It means you're both meant to be. Oh, don't I know it? I don't, Nielsen. You don't have to tell me that. I know that every day. Every day. I mean, seriously though, like even when the bad word, even when it's the fan, you know, you and me, we're just like, okay, you know. Me and my husband, however, usually it's like, what did you do? What did I do? You know how it goes. But it's here, it's just like, okay.
Here we're like, what can we do?
What can we do? How can I help you? How can you help me?
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's try this. We don't ever, but we'll try that. Well, Becca, what are you doing? Well,
I got to be honest. You know, I have thought about just getting rid of Wayne and letting Rach move in a totally friend way.
because
Yeah.
I would clean.
Yeah.
I would cook.
We would never
I
argue.
would eat pickles with Fallon and
Yeah.
popcorn with Bex.
Yeah. And eat all my yucky Jolly Ranchers. It's a match made in heaven.
It is. I think so.
She's my real soulmate.
Is Anna here?
Anna likes the same Jolly Ranchers as me.
Then she's not your soulmate.
She does love those blue ones too, though.
I do. My dad got me a ring pop. When did he get me this ring pop? He got me, it was at the pumpkin patch. We went to the pumpkin patch, and my dad got my sister and I a ring pop, blue. And Sarah, I think Sarah just put it in her mouth right then. Well, I didn't want to eat it then because we're in public at the pumpkin patch. And if I ate my blue ring pop, my lips, my teeth, everything, I'd be like, hello, would be blue. Also, I didn't tell Becca this. Mom and Dad were standing in line at the concessions to get some snacks. This man comes up to my dad and reaches in his pocket and hands Dad a card, and he goes, if you're interested, give me a call, and walks off. And Dad looks at the card. It was like auditions for Santa Claus.
I have to pee. Now I'm
It
going to
was
pee on
like
myself.
a Santa on call, like if a mom calls this
Rachel.
agency and is like, I need Santa for a birthday party, then Dad would strap on his white beard and run off to go be Santa. But he was...
So did he call
him? No, not yet. I don't know. But the dude was scouting out Santa Claus. He went up to him. Dad said it was like a drug deal. He was like, what's going on here? So funny.
I could see Sean as a Santa.
Oh.
Yeah.
He would be the best Santa.
Yeah.
He would be. Okay, I'm going to UV resin these. Becca, do you need to go pee?
Yeah.
Go pee.
Okay.
Turn your mic off. Oh, your mic's on. Okay. We're going to UV resin these. Now this one is still very fresh. I'm going to take a little piece of paper towel and wipe off a little bit more of that sealer. Just like that. Hey Marina, what is the ratio of water, glitter, glycerin? Thank you. So water, glitter, glycerin, it really just depends on you. I did for this one, I can already shake that up and that's staying. I did 4 syringes, so like 5.5 milliliters of water. So 4 of these, 5.5 milliliters. And probably 5 to 7 vegetable glycerins. I like more glycerin than water on mine, personally. And I did water, glitter, glycerin. That's the ratio that I did, or that's the layering that I did in the cup. And glitter is total personal preference, whatever you want to do. So just add glitter till your heart's happy. That's what I would do. I'm cracking up. Is your dad jolly enough? Carly, my dad, he's a big man. But he is like, he looks extremely unapproachable. Like if you walked, you would like walk on the other side of the street if you saw Dad. Like he has
He's
RBF.
not going to just smile at you.
He has RBF.
Yeah.
Horrible. You think like he's plotting your murder, and inside his head he's literally like thinking about what he's going to eat for lunch. Like that's just what he's doing. But he looks terrifying. He's a big, biker guy. He rides Harleys and all that. He would literally stop. He would stop 4 lanes of traffic to help a turtle cross the road. Like, my dad is just the biggest heart ever. He is precious. I love my dad more than anything. He's great. But yes, he's definitely jolly enough. Okay, I'm not going to wear gloves or anything like that. I'm literally just going to take some of this, squirt it right in the middle, super easy. Take my brush it around. You're going to make sure to cover that hole, of course. And I'm not brushing it like like over the edge of the cup. I'm brushing it on the edge, and that's it. It's self-leveling, so the brush strokes will work themselves out. Just like that. What?
There's a question about the silicone looking pink. On camera, the silicone looks pink, but it's just because it's reflecting the glitter.
Yeah, look at this one.
Yeah.
See? Look at this one. This one's definitely not pink. See? It's just like the color of the glitter.
It's the color of the glitter, yeah.
Good question, though. Is this what I was doing? I can't even see. Yeah, this is it. It's all clear. Okay. Done. I'll do this one. This one's not quite set up enough, but YOLO and all. I'm sure that,
Chrissy, you need one. You can't have a name
say?
like Sparkle Dumpster and not have a sparkly tumbler.
Oh my gosh, you have to have one. You have to make one of these. Now again, it's self-leveling. The biggest thing was, because I've done a couple of tests of these. You guys know I always do tests. In my tests, where was my first? This one. I only put UV resin like over on the side just to cover it up. And it doesn't sit perfectly flat. See that? See that? So I opted to cover the entire bottom. That's just the best way to do it, in my opinion. So now I'm just going to get my UV resin, UV light, and then place it close to my cup here, and then we'll just do these. Then we're done. Yeah, Carly, it is transparent, waterproof sealant silicone. I love that it has to say clear and transparent, like it really wants to emphasize that it's clear. April, these are disposable brushes, so they are made to be thrown away.
Are they adhesive brushes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I said disposable. They're adhesive brushes. That's the actual name.
But yeah, you can throw them away. They're super cheap.
But they are disposable. They're made to be used once and thrown away. I think we got like a pack of 30 at Harbor Freight for like
$4.
$3.99. Yeah.
In fact, if you can't, the way that they're made, the bristles are easier to clean than like softer ones for adhesive. However, if you clean them a couple times, the bristles are probably not going to stick very well. Like they're so inexpensive that you just want to toss them.
Yeah. Daisy, so any blue light would work. UV light. It needs to be a UV light. LED UV lights work better. The best way to cure these is to set them outside. They're already on their butts. They're not going to, tip over in the wind. They're decently heavy enough to hold their own. It's not like a piece of paper sitting out there. Just make a bunch of them, set them right outside, set them in the grass, set them on the pavement, wherever the sun is shining. 2 minutes and it'll be cured perfect, good to go. Did you order that long UV light yet? Did we, Becca?
I didn't order it because I wasn't reading during the live, and then Maria had private messaged and said like something about the wattage, like the whole thing was 40 watts instead of like each one, or whatever it was an accumulative watt reading number or whatever you want to call it. We use the UV resin to seal the bottom and make it smooth, so that because technically you could peel off the clear silicone. once it's dry, you could still peel it off. And,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You could pop it right out.
Yeah.
It's not like a glue. You know, all it's doing is creating a barrier. It never dries hard. It's always going to dry kind of squishy. I guess that's the word. It's always going to dry kind of squishy.
Will UV cure if it's overcast, or does it need to be super sunny? It will cure if it's overcast.
It might take a hair longer.
Yes, it doesn't need to be cold. If it's cold and overcast, then that's just a recipe for disaster.
I would say if it's less than 60 degrees, don't take it. Even 60.
It's pretty chilly.
It's pretty
there's
chilly.
actually, if you read on the manufacturer's websites, it will give you some regulations for temperature.
Okay. That one's good to go. Let's do this one. Actually, it's a little sticky. I'll hit it again in a minute. But look at that. And again, you can like just shake this up, shake it around. I need to clean this off. There's vegetable glycerin all over that one. I need to clean it. Almost done, guys. We've made two. But again, they're super easy to make. What I would do, honestly, is like mass make these. Just make a ton of them and set them outside. Make all these. Put your clear sealant on there. The next morning when the sun starts shining nice and pretty, throw them outside. And because of our YouTube issues, unfortunately, we had to erase the scheduled streams for next week. I will pop those back on there. So they were there all week this week. We had some technical difficulties. I will put those back on there and schedule those back out. But if you're watching, guys, I was just looking today on analytics, like 60 to 40. That's the ratio here. 60% of you guys that are watching our videos are not subscribed. That is
Insane.
blasphemous. Blasphemous. If you're watching and you enjoy what we do here, how we talk, our southern drawl, if you enjoy the crafts we make, if you enjoy a crafty community, we are what you need. Go ahead and subscribe. Takes you 0.2 seconds. It is completely free to do. Every like, every comment, every subscription we get from you guys is amazing and so much appreciated. We're on the road to like 15,000. We're almost there. Kind of. We're at like 12 something. We're so excited. So
yeah, next week's schedule, it's the same. We have to put it back up. Tuesday we'll be live, and then Wednesday we'll be live in the private Facebook group, and Thursday Anna will be here on YouTube to do a live. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, be here.
I was going to ask about next week's schedule. Yeah, Robin, we'll pop those right back up. Give me like 5 minutes after the live, and you'll be able to see them and click if you want to get your notification.
Did you answer, can these go in the dishwasher?
Oh, no, I didn't. I'm good. Sorry, missed that. Depends on the brand. You have to check your brand. Some of them will say hand wash only. Some of them will say top rack, not hot water. I forget the specifications. I have to be honest, though. The double wall tumblers that I have accumulated over my life, I like to hand wash. I've also never had a dishwasher. But I have seen some people that has gotten some water in there, and of course we don't want anything leaking out.
It says on the website that these are dishwasher safe. So
on these ones are?
Yeah, the ones that you have.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I guess I could have checked.
Does it say on the actual cup?
Made in Portugal. Nope. Wait, yeah. Isn't this little emblem, like the little wine glass and fork emblem, doesn't that mean dishwasher safe? Or does that just mean it's like for is that what it means? Okay, cool. Thought we were going to have another sad homeschooler moment.
Daisy just subscribed. Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you,
Hopefully you can be
Daisy.
live with us some next week too.
We love subscribers. Thank you, guys. Yay for already being well over 12K. Thank you, Crystal. Honestly, it's happened so fast. I feel like we blinked and we're here.
I love how
it's
they,
amazing.
they're always aware of how many subscribers we have. I
have
love
never, You all have always blown my mind with that.
Yeah.
Like, you care so much about us. We do not deserve you guys. We really don't.
I think some of them refresh the page as much as we do just to see how many. Honestly, I think they do.
Probably.
I love
You
it.
guys are so sweet. Did you all watch Becca's video she posted yesterday?
Some craft mistakes.
Some design space mistakes.
There were some good ones in there.
There was.
The kerning one really gets to
I
me.
probably could have done better.
Really, yeah, well, you should have. You should have done it. Also, my hair was messed up in the entire video. Did you see that piece of hair like on the last?
Oh, because you're way too hard on yourself.
It drove me crazy.
I'm sure no one else cared. Wear glasses though; they'll definitely care.
Oh, they'll care.
New to the channel, just subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.
If you guys just subscribed and you tell us, we'll definitely shout you
Yeah,
out.
for sure.
We sure will.
Jamie.
Oh my gosh.
What?
Did I just get a comment from Kat? Is that a comment?
You is smart. You is pretty, Rachel.
Is that a compliment from Kat? You is kind, you is smart, and you is important. Anybody know where that's from? Becca, don't say it. Where's that from?
It's a good movie.
Oh my Lord. I could watch
It's a tearjerker, though.
I could watch that movie every day.
Oh.
It's got like romance and comedy and drama and
It's so
sad. And
good.
it's the combination of so many. It's like my top 10. I love that movie. Love that movie. Okay, let me clean this puppy. It's got glycerin all over it. Do I feel water?
Did it not seal well? Was that the one that you said didn't feel great with the silicone?
Yeah. I guess I didn't put enough silicone on there. My bad. Or not enough resin on there. The Help. Yes. Love that movie. Let me see. Just when I think I know enough, I always learn something from Becca. I already did know about the kerning. I hate when people don't. Robin, when I am behind a vehicle and they have a bumper sticker, or what's worse is like the in loving memory, like those humongous ones that go all across their entire thing, and none of it is kerned, I want to be like, excuse me, I am sorry for your loss, truly, but did you know that you didn't do that right?
We have these
Or you didn't
baskets at
purchase it
church
right?
that are on the front where it's like a forgiveness basket, hope basket, and something else. And it's a cursive font that's not kerned, and I want to rip it off and fix it, and I just should. But every Sunday it drives me crazy.
I can't stand it. I see people trying to sell stuff all the time too, like on Etsy or Facebook Marketplace that they bought and they're so proud of it. And listen, it is an amazing thing, but you gotta knowledge is power.
You put the silicone in and on the hole, and then you put resin all over the bottom of it just to make it nice and smooth.
Sure did. So
Rich, you made 2 cups today. I'm proud of you.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
This one's my favorite because you know why? Because it's boring. Look how pretty.
Yeah, I'm not even overhead. There you go.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
So here's all of our cups. Look how bad. Oh, that one looks horrible.
It does look terrible. Now, what was
Yeah.
the difference in that one versus the other ones?
This was fine glitter.
So don't use fine
That's
glitter.
the only
It clumps
difference is
up.
this was fine glitter. Yeah. I think I went through the spiel early in the video when Becca was self-loathing over there.
I was literally laying on the table.
Yeah, she needed a little bit of me time over there, so that's fine. But yeah, fine glitter was the only difference in that. But here's our cups.
The chunky ones look so good.
Ta-da! I'll take a bow.
Love
Done.
them. I love
Hope you liked
them.
them. It was cute. And just like I knew, my hands are so sticky. It can't be that they're sweaty. That's not a thing.
Sticky from what?
The vegetable glycerin, it feels like baby oil. It's kind of,
Oh.
yeah. Just like I knew, you guys brightened my mood and made me have a better attitude. And now I get to go home to my husband and my baby with a smile on my face. And it's all thanks to you guys because that's what you always do. I didn't have a doubt in my mind that you guys would turn my frown upside down. You know what would turn my frown even more upside down? If we had some people buying some memberships. If you love Oak and Lamb, if you love digital cut files that you can use on so many different things, if you love community like this, we have an exclusive Facebook group. Oak and Lamb is where you need to be. Or if you're like, I would like to take the next step, I'm thinking about learning how to create my own cut files. I would like to design things. I would like to design cut files and sell cut files in a digital-based business. I love that. We can help you there too. Becca created a 33 video course all about learning Illustrator. It's like Illustrator for Dummies. She teaches you Very, very simple things all the way up to some great advanced techniques that are amazing. You'll be a
Some
pro.
of our students are submitting their graphics that they've created to the Glowforge library, and if they're accepted, which I don't know how they wouldn't be,
'Cause they're amazing.
then every time someone uses it or purchases the file, they get a kickback from it. So
Easy money.
yes, right.
Literally easy money.
Really great designs too. Kat
Amazing.
and Scott are doing phenomenal.
Amazing. We have been so proud of all of the students of that course. And with that course, you don't just like get it and that's it. You get a lifetime access of it. You can watch them whenever, wherever you want. And we have an exclusive Facebook group just for the students of the Illustrator course where you can talk amongst yourselves, ask questions. Becca is in there all the time answering questions, troubleshooting. So like the teacher, the creator of the course is always there for you whenever you need her. How amazing is that? You can't find that anywhere else except here at Oak and Lamb. So purchase a membership if you want some incredible cut files taught by an incredible teacher or made by an incredible teacher, or if you want to be taught by that incredible teacher, you can do that with the Illustrator course as well. So whatever you want, we got what you need here at Oak and Lamb. Click the links below. Becca's posted some links in the comments. This was a really fun live. And you see how when these are like, when I'm not shaking them, how the glitter is just suspended? That's what the glycerin does. That's the whole point of the glycerin. It kind of changes the makeup of the solution in there to where that glitter can suspend in a little liquid. I love it. Those were no scientific words used, but that's okay. I don't have those for you. I don't have that. What did you put to make the liquid look milky? What? They're all clear,
It's
April.
just glitter.
I promise. Yeah. I promise. You can use food coloring or
because
alcohol
I've seen
inks.
some people are. I saw a Starbucks tumbler done this way that was milky. It was a milky looking tumbler with red glitter in it.
Yeah, you
I
can
don't
do
know.
that. There's
Just put some milk in there.
honestly,
I'm joking, don't do
you
that.
could
Don't
probably
do
put paint. What would
Paint
I
would
don't feel like
probably.
paint would be
yeah.
that big a deal. If you want to, leave us a comment. We'll try other variations of this. We'll not put paint in it. Let us know if you'd like to see some other variations of these, and we'll buy some more, make some more. Let us know. That'd be fun to try out. But what did you use? April, all we use is glitter. We didn't use anything, just glitter. It's vegetable glycerin, which is completely clear, water, completely clear, and glitter. I will say, sometimes people see things in these cameras. You're a bit far away. Sometimes the colors are a little bit wonky. So if you're seeing a little bit of like milky haze, it could be the paper towel. It could be, But here in person, they're all crystal clear except for the glitter.
She said like chalky paint. Like honestly, if you took like our little paint puck that's up on the counter or the shelf if you just put water in that and then painted something with white paint and cleaned your brush, like I think that's enough paint in there to make it milky. Like we'll test it and figure that out. I think that would be really cute.
Yeah.
Ew, white alcohol ink would probably work. That is true. Yeah.
You sure could. See this one bobbing around. This is the one that I only put a UV resin on the side.
Yeah.
But we're going to put the rest of the schedule for next week's lives. We might even brainstorm the next, no.
We already have the next week.
Next is Thanksgiving.
The Black Friday. Yeah. But I don't remember. What did I tell you I wanted to do?
I don't think you told me.
I did tell you. I'll have to go back to my
believe you. No, I'm
text.
kidding. We'll figure it out and get them all scheduled.
It was
for
a
you
good
guys.
one. I was excited about it.
But it's going to be fun. We've got some stuff in the works. Amazon's bringing us some fun supplies to be able to do more for you guys. We haven't talked about, Thanksgiving is on a Thursday, right? So we won't be going live that day.
No, because we're going live that Friday. It'll
correct.
be Tuesday.
So Tuesday and Friday.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll do a member only that Wednesday or if we would do the member only on Monday. We'll let you know about that. But my kids are out half a day that day, and then I was going to say I'll be prepping for Thanksgiving, but I won't because we don't do Thanksgiving Day for anything. So
we'll see. We'll let you know. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you haven't. Join if you haven't. All the links are below for all these amazing supplies that we've used, and we will see you guys next week. We can't wait. Have a great weekend. Stay safe and have fun, guys. Bye.